welcome to another video. Well, this one is a bit upsetting. So, I bought a car for my girlfriend about, well, let's say 8 months ago. And before this dealer, this one I will show you now, where it is. I'm not very happy with this dealer from the beginning anyway. I did have a problem. They changed the tire, they put different sensors on the car. My tire pressure sensors was all the time on. And then I got a video on my channel, so you can have a look. Turns out one of the wheels didn't have a sensor on, so they was messing around. The car did have a problem with the clutch, and then having another few issues, which they pay for it. They pay the sensors, they pay the clutch, which I'm happy. One thing I did discover about this car was the timing belt. They did the timing belt, but they didn't replace the water pump. And now I got a problem with the car. So when the car is hot, I can hear a squeaking noise from the area where the water pump is. So now I need to spend some money to change the timing belt again, which this one is 9 months old, but I will replace everything. I don't will use this timing belt with a new water pump. When you change the timing belt, guys, whatever you are a mechanic up there or you are a guy who do jobs, if you got everything apart, all the covers out, it's a massive job to get to it. For a few more pounds, you can buy, well, 50 quid, you can buy a pump. Just fit a new pump on it. And the excuses of this guy, the mechanic who did this job, said the bearings was fine, I didn't replace it. So I just left it, just put the Gates timing kit, which is a good kit. And I took the cover yesterday, so I have already this noise for probably a few days. First I was thinking it was the alternator pulley, which on these engines they go quite bad. But the car is only 94,000 miles, so it was a bit strange. So what I did, I take the cover from the pulley, I see some grease in there, but it's nothing wrong. And then I said, okay, so let me make the car hot and then disconnect the alternator belt. Even they didn't change the alternator belt, which I told them. I said, so you changed the timing belt, but the alternator belt is the old one. Why? Oh, because it was in good nick. And it was cuts on it. I saw it at home when I bring the car. It's cuts on a rivet. It's cuts there. So it should be changed. These guys, they was working under budget. They just want to get rid of the car, and I pay 7 grand for it. So 2016 Fiesta, because my girlfriend, she loves Fiestas, and it's a nice little car, fully loaded, camera, everything, heated seats. So it's a Titanium X version. But yeah, it's lots of things wrong with the car when I bought it. Because bad luck, because I'm a car mechanic, I spot those. And all the time I was concerning about that water pump. Like, I'm driving the car and like, I'm not happy with that, and sure enough, now I have a problem with it. But watch these 2 clips. Some of the people will say, no, this is the alternator make that noise. No, it's not. This is the first clip. And now this is another clip if the alternator belt disconnected. You can see the noise still there. The alternator is disconnected. I was thinking it was the alternator in the beginning, because I did repair the pulleys in the past and they are a pain to remove. Some people even rather just to put the alternator on it, so it's what I did. Which, to change the alternator on this car is a big challenge because there's not much space in there. Some people, they know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so what I will do now, so I talked to my girlfriend, I will call them tomorrow. Today is Sunday, so I will call them tomorrow. See, because the car still have 1 year warranty, but what happened is, they all the time request the car to go to them. If they will take responsibility, I drive the car to them and the car will break down, something will happen if the water pump, this is their problem. But I will request, like they did before, pay me the timing belt kit and the water pump, I will fit myself. And then I know I will put everything new in that area, so she don't will have a problem for the next 7 years or 8 years. But this is how you see, as you see, I got new neighbors. Anyway, so this is that's what I get disappointed, because I do have some people, sometimes they come to me and they said, oh, you're doing mechanic, but you're not a qualified mechanic, and I start laugh. I said, well, there you go. So this garage is a qualified mechanic, and look what he's doing. No tire pressure on the tire, yeah, and now the timing belt with the water pump they didn't replace. And I did have some cars in the past come to my house, they did a timing belt somewhere, and the car started overheat. And then when I look, they didn't change the water pump, they just changed the belt. So they cut in corners and they charge the customers. The idea of this is for you to come back to them. Then they will come with excuse, oh, it's something else. But then they will do the pump. They will say, oh, the water pump did fail, and you will pay the timing belt job twice. Yeah, because basically they have to take everything off, all the belt out to replace that pump. Some of the pumps is attached to the alternator side, but the alternator side is more easier. Even sometimes I don't change that one. I recommend change the water pump, but I say to the customer, you don't really need it because it's outside. We can change another time if it fails. The bearings is fine, so it should be okay. But if the water pump is attached to the timing belt, which is a big job to get access to, just replace all the thing. You know, I don't know why people, they just get corners. So what I will do now, I will change this timing belt, and this will be a video about it. So let's go for it and see where this noise really comes from, because I'm very curious to know what was making this noise. So I got here the coolant, water pump, the timing belt from Ina kit, and I got somewhere the alternator belt, which they didn't replace, and the water pump. So I will make a video how to change this timing belt, because you have lots of videos online, so you can check another channels for it. So I just will show you what these Pokemons they did on this car and why they didn't change the water pump. So I will take these old parts, I will put in a small box, send to them, and send a letter to them, because they didn't reply to me, they didn't say nothing by email. So what I will do, just send everything to them and see what they will reply to us. They bloody jerks, I know. Why they did a job like that? Monkey job, I will say, but no worry. My cat even is outside to help me. We will feed these bad boys and everything should be fine, I guess. Happy days. So, even you can see the belt is going towards to the side of the engine. And this is a new timing belt, guys. This is a brand new timing belt, well, 8 months now. About what, 3,000 miles. And this is the state of it. I didn't get to the water pump yet. I'm getting closer. Take lots of bits out already. So slowly we're getting there. This timing belt don't take that long to do anyway. It's quite a quick one to do. I'm curious to know what they done here. So guys, that's true. They didn't change the water pump. I'm struggling to take this plastic because of this bloody wire loom in there. But have a look. The water pump is old, original from the car. Unbelievable. So they put this old belt, yeah, like you can see. Let me go back. Old belt, brand new belt, if an old water pump. I tell you what, I'm getting surprised and surprised if they're dealers, you know. And then I get very upset if people, especially in my workplace, some of them, oh, he's a qualified mechanic, he knows more than you. Yeah, of course, this was a qualified mechanic, and look the crap he did. The timing belt lasts 8 months, and the water pump starts squealing. So this is the qualified mechanics you see in here, yeah? That's amazing, isn't it? A qualified mechanic. This make me laugh, you know? Even the guy who sold me that was laughing. How the hell he changed a belt and he leave the water pump, the old water pump? I don't know, but this is a very interesting, good mechanics. I think they are good for fixed bikes, not really cars. I'm so upset with this because it's a waste of my time. I have to do this after this guy touch it and, well, you know what he did. Was lazy. And one bolt from the cover was loose. So this one in here was loose. It was like hanging like that. So he even didn't clean this. You can see this is lots of powder from the belt. I don't know. I'm thinking if this car will let like that, the belt will come off. Unbelievable this is. Well, and we can see even my cat looks like he's not happy about the state of this. So yeah, original water pump from Peugeot for the Citroen, and you can see in there start leaking, and the bearings is out of the question. And that pulley have a bit of play in the middle. Is something wrong with this bearing? It's not that great. Don't know why. His gates. Tensioner actually looks okay. Nothing wrong with it. Now the belt, I think people will look at this and will say that don't look like 18 months old, but he is. And he was already making noises when he's turning. And the best one is this one. So you change the timing belt and you don't change the water pump or the alternator belt. So this is acceptable, yeah? So they didn't change this one either. What atrocious. This company, stay away from it. I will leave in the corner where it was. Just stay away from them. Don't take for change water pumps or cam belts in them. Just don't bother. I'm so disappointed with this. Jesus Christ, why people they bother to do jobs like this? It makes me upset, you know. Think about a person who had this car before, you know. So they did the timing belt 1 month before this lady give the car part exchange. Think about what you have to do now. Pay again the same price for change the timing belt, for change the water pump. They will change everything. This is how they grab customers and money and rip off people. This is how they do things. I think the most of it is done. So new timing belt in and new water pump, of course. So like you can see, shiny. Just will clean that cover there and that one there and start putting the engine all together. I'm tired. It was a little bit long day, but almost there. Ah, there you go, another timing belt. I didn't put the cover in the top cover yet, but brand new and quiet, like it should be. Bloody Pokemons, Jesus.